Hello, welcome. This is Oneindia News. I'm Akash, and we are back with Avinash. And what a batting! Like, it was explosive, and I think it was expected from the Sri Lankans.
Yes, like we were discussing just before the match that
Right.
Sri Lanka should bat explosively, and they batted with a positive intent for the first time. They exploded. And I think they whatever they planned, they managed to achieve
Execute that.
Yes.
I think for the past whole series they were not able to do that, but finally they thought, okay, let's go all guns blazing in and actually work
yes,
for that.
Of course, they did, and Munavira and Priyanjan, they deserve the credit for this absolutely sensational batting performance. Munavira, he scored 53 out of 29 balls, and he slammed 4 sixes and 5 boundaries. Similarly, Priyanjan, who was unknown to the Indian bowlers,
Exactly.
he made a mockery of the bowling.
Of course, 40 out of 40.
Yes, and Sri Lankans they produced some 26 runs from the last 2 overs,
Wow.
and that made the difference. I think they would have taken the momentum into the favor and would want to capitalize on whatever advantage or the momentum that they got.
Absolutely, absolutely, and of course the crowd was lovely.
Yes, it was
and of course,
ecstatic.
we were a little bit disappointed with that umpire not giving.
Yes, it was quite a clean catch behind the stumps,
Exactly.
but the umpire didn't rule in India's favor. Even though the ultra edge later showed that it was a clean edge, and the way Kohli, Dhoni, and bowler Akshay Patel were
Exactly.
shouting for the caught behind decision, I was shocked why the umpire didn't budge into the Indians' demand.
Absolutely, and one more shocking thing: Angelo Matthews stumping, absolutely amazing by MS Dhoni. Once again, the same situation. It was given a not out, and it was like everybody was thinking, okay, if he gave a not out on, if he gave out on that occasion, he should give out on this occasion.
There was slightly, it was just a matter of some millimeters or centimeters.
Exactly.
In the second scenario, there was a little bit of his
Foot was a little bit inside
the line, but as while Matthews, he was struggling, he was just hanging on the line. And
Exactly.
line belongs to the umpire. He could have ruled either way, and hopefully and thankfully he ruled in India's favor.
Exactly, but amazing work by MS Dhoni.
Yeah, he deserves a lot of credit, but you should not take the credit away from the bowlers as well.
Exactly.
It was a very good delivery from Chahal. He stunned the batsman with his turn.
Exactly.
And Dhoni picked the ball very well because he's known to take those balls and affect such dismissals. So it wasn't quite a kind of a surprise for us being about Dhoni, but the ball was very good. It deserved a win.
I think Manu Veera would be a little bit disappointed as the bat flew away from his hand.
Yes, it was also a very, hardly are those days when we watch bats flowing and a batsman gets bowled.
Exactly.
So, yes, it was a funny scenario in the
It reminds us of Inzam Amar Haq, isn't it?
Yes.
All these kind of things, all these kind of weird things used to happen to Inzi, and so it was a good time, and I think we all enjoyed that. But out and out, it was a good fight by the Sri Lankans. What would be the strategy of the Indian cricket team right now because I think Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma will be coming out to bat.
Yes, I too think Rohit and Virat are going to open the innings for India. It's a good target to chase.
Exactly.
Given the condition, the way they executed, it's commendable. But we should not take away the credit from the bowlers as well.
Exactly.
Because Indian bowlers, they went for runs initially because Sri Lankans had scored 60 in the first 6 overs.
Exactly.
Then Indian bowlers came back very strongly.
And particularly Kuldeep Yadav, his figures were amazing.
Yeah, he took 2 wickets and gave just 20 runs out of his 4 overs.
Exactly.
Similarly, Akshar Patel, though he was unlucky to not have got any wicket,
Exactly.
but he too gave only 29 runs. However, Yuzvendra Chahal, India's leading spinner, he went for runs. Though he got 3 wickets,
Exactly.
he conceded 43 runs from his 4 overs. Overall, the Indian bowling, the top 3 Indian bowlers went for runs.
Exactly.
Be it Bhuvneshwar, be it Bumrah.
And I think the Sri Lankan players actually read them perfectly well, throughout the ODI series. So they knew how they will react into these situations.
I think it was more of the Sri Lankan batsmen's intent in this match.
Exactly.
They were pretty clear about their intent that they are going to hit these bowlers for runs, and they had their plans in place, and
Exactly.
they executed it to perfection. I must say.
Absolutely. So I think right now, if we come out and talk about the batting for the Indian side, what would be the strategy if Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma come down?
You see, their strategy will be same. Just go for them and attack them the way they have been doing it. However, the last match India played, the last T20 match that India played was against West Indies, and India lost that match. So Kohli and the entire team would be hoping to improve their performance
in the T20s.
In the T20s, because the T20 records of the Indian team is slightly on the lower side nowadays.
Exactly.
And we should not forget that Virat Kohli is still the number one batsman in T20 format.
Exactly.
So he would like to dominate the bowlers and just make an impression in front of the Australian upcoming tour.
Okay. And of course, this is the last two T20s that Sri Lanka has played against India. They have actually lost.
Yes, it was a
India has lost the last two T20 match that they have played against Sri Lanka.
I guess not. It was a 3-match series that Sri Lanka came to play against India.
Okay.
India lost the first match, and then India came back strongly against Sri Lanka and then defeated them in both the T20s, and they won the series, which was in India.
All right.
So yes, they have a good overall record against Sri Lanka, and we hope that the Indians repeat their records against Sri Lanka.
So it's not a very big target, 170 runs in 20 overs. If Sri Lankans can do it, India can definitely do it even much more faster. Now we have to see that how the Indian batsmen will come out and how Sri Lanka would defend this whole total of 170 runs. It's not a very big target, but it's chaseable target considering the fact that Indian batting lineup is pretty strong. We got KL Rahul, we got MS Dhoni, you got Virat Kohli, so all these players, and imagine the fact that most of these players, Akshar Patel and Beat, the young guns, they all have come from the T20 format.
I would want these the lower middle order to not get exposed only. I would want these top order batsmen to finish the job,
right?
And make a statement.
We all hope so that we won't see the tail enders coming out.
There's no point in letting the tail enders, because the way Sri Lankan tail enders batted, I doubt Indian tail enders would have batted that way.
Exactly.
Because they will be chasing a target, so chasing a target always does some
of course there is a pressure, and it's a T20 format, so as the overs get lesser and lesser, your run rate comes high, and then you have to play under pressure.
Obviously.
So those all of things. So I think Avinash said very right. Let's hope that Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma make 170 runs and we can.
But we cannot just take the Sri Lankan bowling for granted.
Absolutely.
Because there's Lasith Malinga is there, and this man can make a difference on any given day.
Absolutely. And Sri Lankans would be hoping that it is Lasith Malinga's day.
Yes.
So well, on that note, thank you very much guys for watching this video. India needs 171 runs to win this T20 match, and if they do so, it is going to be a whole tour whitewash for India in Sri Lanka. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to One India News YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to get more updates.